Sam stared at that text for 11 minutes before he called me. Tom's equity, $280,000. Sam's, zero. He didn't want a house. He wanted a way out. 3 businesses, none of them glamorous. No app, no crypto, no dropshipping course. One made a 25-year-old more money per hour than most lawyers bill their clients. Another turned $4,000 into over $300,000 a year for 4 hours of work. A week, not a day. By the end of this video, you'll know the real number Sam is stacking every month, the mistake that nearly ended it in week 3, and the business buried right in the middle of this video that ended up mattering more than either of the other 2. I'm Frank. For 40 years, I underwrote 9-figure infrastructure deals, the kind of financing where 1 decimal point costs someone their pension. But the calls I actually enjoy aren't the 9-figure ones. They're the ones from people like Sam, 26, full-time job, 1 simple question. How do you build real money on the side without quitting what already pays the bills? If you want the verified numbers behind every business I cover, subscribe. I only use sourced, documented cases. Let's get into Sam's stack. Sam wasn't lazy. He had a decent job, paid rent on time, and still felt like he was standing still. Watching a friend's net worth climb while yours sits at 0 does something to a person. Less jealousy, more a countdown you can't stop hearing. So he called me and asked the question I get more than any other. What's the fastest legal way to close a gap like this, without buying real estate, without a second job that burns you out? I told him there's no single answer, but there are 3 specific documented businesses that can realistically get him there. And the first one, most people can start this weekend. First business, loan signing agent. When someone closes on a home loan, a mountain of paperwork has to be signed, notarized, returned on a tight deadline. You sit with the buyer, walk them through the documents, notarize the signatures, ship the package back. No sales pitch, no cold calling. CNBC profiled a signing agent named Angelina Nguyen. Started at 18 as a side hustle to her bank teller job. 7 years later, at 25, tax documents reviewed by CNBC showed her business made close to $150,000 in a single year, working less than 6 hours a day. Each appointment pays $75 to $200. She aims for at least 2 a day. The National Notary Association puts the realistic ceiling for a part-time agent at up to $20,000 a month. No college degree required. A state commission, a background check, a few weeks of training most people finish for free or a few $100s. Some agents build a full signing service and hire other notaries under them. Exactly the path Nguyen took. It's unglamorous work. Nobody posts about notarizing loan documents. That's exactly why the market isn't saturated. But not everyone waits for the numbers to prove themselves. 3 weeks in, Sam almost blew the whole thing up. A friend sent him a crypto app promising guaranteed returns. The kind of promise that sounds too good until your bank account is empty at 2 a.m. He almost downloaded it. What stopped him wasn't willpower. It was math. The numbers behind the app's claims didn't hold up. No track record, no real business, just a chart that only went up. Boring, verifiable work always beats an exciting promise you can't prove. Because the second business, the one Sam almost skipped entirely because it sounded too simple to actually work, is where this really starts to add up. Second business, mobile car detailing. Here's why he almost skipped it. It sounded too simple to matter. No shop, no rent. You drive to the customer with a water tank, a pressure washer, a wet-dry vacuum, and a polisher, and detail the car in their own driveway. Industry data puts a bare-bones startup around $500 if you already own a vehicle, up to $5,000 for a full professional setup. No storefront, almost no overhead. Solo operators typically run 60 to 80% margins. Realistically, part-time, that's $2,400 to $4,800 a month. 5 to 6 details a week, 90 minutes each, evenings and weekends, around a day job. Add a monthly maintenance plan for regulars, and one-time jobs turn into recurring revenue that shows up automatically. Push into ceramic coating, $500 to $2,000 a job, and a handful of clients a week carries the month. Compare that to a franchise car wash, where rent, staff, and equipment financing eat the revenue before the owner sees a dollar. Sam's version has none of that. Just him, a driveway, a full calendar. Nobody dreams about detailing cars for a living. That's exactly why the market isn't crowded. The third one is the real eye-opener: vending machines. Marcus Graham started in 2018 with 2 machines and about $4,000. His first year, he made just $5,000, barely enough to notice. Most people would have quit. He didn't. He kept reinvesting, kept scouting better locations, apartments, gyms, warehouses with heavy foot traffic. By 2021, Joyner Vending was pulling in over $300,000 a year in sales across 21 machines in 4 cities. His best-performing machine, inside a gaming venue in Philadelphia, was on track to gross $100,000 on its own. And here's the part that matters most. Today, CNBC verified, Marcus works 4 hours a week, not 4 hours a day, 4 hours a week. Most of that time is spent online ordering restock. Once a week, he drives out and refills a single machine himself just to stay close to the business. This isn't passive from day one. It took years grinding through $5,000 seasons before it became 4 hours a week. He didn't stop at 21 machines either. By the following year, Joyner Vending had passed $500,000 in sales. It's not a get-rich-quick play. It's closer to real estate with snacks instead of tenants. Slow to set up, almost automatic once it's running. Stack the two Sam is actually running right now: notary signing and mobile detailing, and he realistically clears $5,000 to $9,500 a month part-time on top of his day job. Vending is the ceiling he's building toward, not where he's starting. That's how you close a $280,000 equity gap. Not one lucky break, but 2 boring documented businesses running in parallel, with a third one waiting once the first 2 are stable. It's slower than a viral crypto call. It's also real. If Sam's numbers helped you see your own gap differently, share this with the one person who needs permission to start something small and unglamorous. One more thing, since you made it this far. If you're only starting with one of these 3, start with signing agent. It has the lowest barrier of the 3, under $500 to get certified, and the fastest path to your first paycheck, often inside 30 days. The biggest mistake people make with a side business isn't picking the wrong one. It's quitting the right one after month 2 before the momentum shows up. Give whichever one you choose 90 days before you judge it. That's the whole philosophy behind this channel. Real numbers, real names, nothing invented, and this isn't the last time you'll hear from this family. John's back soon, and there's a corner of his garage that's been quietly making him money for months. I'm Frank. See you then.